Once upon a time, I found out that I would be a father. Put all of my games and my obsessions into a mental box and studied Reiki to start teaching others similar lessons that I'd been taught throughout my whole life, all through the lens of Reiki. Then, the life of a stay-at-home father had to become my only focus. Working on starting my business at the time made my life difficult to manage and became detrimental to my mental health. I told myself what I still believe to this day: family will always come first, and when I can handle the stress of work is when I will work. So I let my dreams go for a while, and it nearly killed me. I soon realized that even working on my goals, one small step at a time, was a lot better than giving it all up, both for me and the spiritual forces that refused to let me quit. Never again would I let myself stop dreaming of the day when I could provide for my family with my own hands and business. Once upon a time, I raised an inclusive spiritual group of people who only wanted to pursue a path of their own will in full love and light. It grew a lot, from the people who joined and even those people who participated with their own content. I even developed and built a blog to talk about spiritual topics, all the while starting a dropshipping business with spiritual jewelry and stones to help it scale even higher. Then, I asked a friend I met to help mentor me to scale it. Started asking for donations, and when the help dried up from live events and life events, I was alone to work it all by myself. I still did my best to run the dropshipping business, but I had to let the group go. I used all the resources I could to learn and grow with what I could, but with all that I was trying to do and the bills that were piling up that I had to pay for, I couldn't afford to sustain the business and keep my family well enough. I had to let it go. Never again would I scale my dreams past the point where I myself could reach them. Once upon a time, before my second child was born, I started an online church based on a spiritual healing premise from the ground up. The premise was simple: anyone could heal and grow in a path of healing. They just needed the tools and the right people to show them how. I did all the necessary paperwork, built the doctrines, and even asked people close to me to help raise it to be successful. You may have heard of Limitless Light Healing Ministry. You may have heard of Grand Source Faith Healing. Well, one by one, day by day, I found myself taking on more of the responsibilities I thought I would have help for. No matter how often I asked, called, or even recruited, nobody stepped up. Not in the way that I needed. Not for any of the small tasks, not for any of the large tasks. In fact, I only found resistance or more reasons why I should just work alone. President of a church, the minister of a church, should never feel like they have to work alone. Never again would I put my potential for the fate of my dreams in someone else's hands. Once upon a time, just after my daughter was born, I started Reiki Reverend. I built it from the ground up with everything I had left to give, and everything I had learned over time. I knew better than to work outside of my means, within my limiting range of control as my children grew, but that was okay with me. I knew my past growth would happen much later. My best growth would happen much later, even if nobody else could see that but me. I knew I wouldn't give this business up. I've since been told many times to scale my business, raise my prices, show my worth. I'm a holistic health PhD. I've learned a lot over the years. I know what my worth is. I keep my prices low to help as many people as possible, like I always have, not just a profit. I also respect my earlier lessons, and I know what losses I could personally, mentally afford if the circumstances of life kept me from committing to service. My family will always come first. I've had many ups and downs running my business. Most of the time, I ran business from out of my own pockets. I know how to grow my business. I've even coached other people to help them grow theirs, build other people's websites. But I won't forget my mission and earlier lessons. I won't forget that my children may need me before a high-ticket client. And I simply won't, or if you want to put it in another way, can't ask for acceptance after payment out of mutual respect. I've seen many times how I could scale my business tenfold even. I've written a good portion of it down for notes and helpful advice to give to my students, clients, and sometimes even just people who are struggling. I'm not just here to do that though. I'm here to heal and to share healing with the world, to inspire growth that may not involve me too much at all. In fact, I've seen some of my best impact just by sharing my life with you all, with the world, kind of like how I am now. I felt the highest sense of purpose and personal growth, just being myself and letting what bits of my journey resonate with those people who need to hear my message, who want to hear my message, or even who are guided to hear my message. Here I sit though, looking at the next set of metaphorical stairs leading my path upwards. I know where I've come from. I know why I haven't gotten there yet. And I've known for a while that just under the right conditions, the right time, the right place, the right motivation, I'll have no other choice but to teach my children one of the most important lessons that I'm still learning myself. Growth happens whether you want it to or not sometimes, because there's simply no other way. In those moments, you have to decide how you want to grow and how you want to remember making that growth happen. My family needs me in a whole different way now, one that has me shivering with anticipation. I'm honestly more nervous about what I plan to do than at any other point in my career. I'd tell you what my plans are, but I feel like at this point it's a lot better to just show you. Not as a clickbait for a follow, not as some gimmick or a way to get you to buy services at reikireverend.com or whatever other portal I'm on, but because I simply can't explain the impact that I plan to make in a way that feels right. You've seen a lot of things like this from now, even by me. I'm not like everyone else or even who I used to be in the past. I'd rather just show you. And everyone else who's been patiently waiting for the "I'm back" and the "more coming soon" videos, messages, blogs, all that. In fact, I'm not going to announce any of my next moves, but you're all welcome to find out. Some of you may even be inspired. Stay tuned.